The power of one. The power of two. The power of many.
Now we're going to get demonetized, not because we're using a clip from a Disney show, but because we put offensive content on them.
Yeah, they released that on iTunes so you can buy it. That song.
It's not even a song. It's just them chanting.
I'm not gonna be honest. I don't watch it, but I'm surprised you didn't text me when that scene because I would have cut the TV off. I would have got mad and cut the TV off.
I was, like I said, man. I'm like, I was coming from the point where I had was miserable with the first two, so I was giving it a lot of leeway because I was actually enjoying this episode. So
I was, and you texted me you was watching it. And I said, okay, I might wait till tomorrow and see. And then you was ragging on the first two episodes. And I was like, I know Russ is having a problem with it. I'm going to because I
had nothing but problems with the first two episodes.
Yeah, and I think.
And just to be clear, you've heard us say it separately, and it's I have watched all episodes of the Acolyte. He has watched none.
I've watched none, but I think I know basically what's going on.
Yeah, you've read and heard enough content on the internet.
I feel like I can talk about it somewhat, although it's very confusing sometimes because. I know there's one scene where they come to get the Jedi, or come to get the girls, but I think they're only coming to get one girl, right there.
No, they're coming to test the girl. Okay, how do you want to go about this? You want to start from the beginning and go through this, or do you want to just focus on? Okay.
I don't know because it's hard.
Let me explain.
I got questions, but I don't know.
Okay,
well, let's start with episode 1. I got a big problem with episode 1.
Oh, I have several big problems with episode 1.
I will not watch it, but every review I see, they say this is the best part, and I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it, and I didn't see it. I just saw the scenes, and you'd be like, when you watch it, you'll like it. But it has nothing to do with the story.
Okay.
And that's that damn fight scene between the girl from the Matrix and the assassin. I don't like all this.
Oh yeah,
I hate that.
It's total. I mean, there's
it don't even look like it looks like it's in a strobe light.
Across the first two episodes, there are two big fight scenes, and they are all
like that.
Lightsaber foo. Yeah, it's all.
It don't even look like she's doing the dodging out of the way, and I don't even.
It ain't Empire Strikes Back lightsaber fighting. It ain't even. It ain't even Phantom Menace type of fighting. I mean, it's like a whole new. It looks exactly like it was pulled out of a freaking.
It looks like a video game. They put somebody's head on
Kung Fu, Jackie Chan, Jet Li. Kind of. It's all that close up. Blocking and retaliating at a moment's notice thing. Yeah, and. It's totally
I saw that. I think in the trailer I was like, I can't watch it.
Well, a lot of people were appreciating that because Carrie-Anne Moss was in the Matrix, and he got to show off some of those skills. It was kind of like you're watching her character from the Matrix or whatever.
More like computer skills,
and then that's the way the show opens up is her encountering her and them having this big fight, and it's an impressive fight. But you know what fucking ruins it is the fact that you spend all that time and coming out with you got this big starter player, and then they fucking kill her.
Well, she's going to be in the flashbacks, right?
Well, she's in the flashbacks,
and
there's another theory I have that maybe she shows up a little bit later that I'm not going to reveal.
Well, we don't want spoilers because I said on Twitter after I heard about episode 1 that she was a Zipper Kylo Ren.
Maybe I don't know
whoever that guy is.
But
now I got my theory of who he is. But go ahead.
Who is Zipper?
That guy looks like Kylo Ren, but he's got a zipper.
Oh, Zipper Kylo. Yeah,
I don't know his name.
The whatever her master.
The one that just lit up his lightsaber for no reason.
Right. But he's not a Sith. They're saying he lit up. He has a red lightsaber, but he's not a Sith because they said in the prequels a Sith hadn't been seen for so many years.
They did that with Ahsoka.
He can't be a Sith.
They did it with Ahsoka too. She's not a Jedi.
Oh, I know.
Sure, she does everything a Jedi does, but she's not in the Order.
She's a great Jedi, and then they're saying this is the Dark Jedi, and I'm like, but that's not a Sith, and I'm like. You are getting way too fucked up about all this.
Too many loopholes.
It is, yeah. I mean, we are going to spoil the hell out of some shit.
Yeah, it's spoiled.
Because if it comes up in talking, and I don't think we're going to ruin anything for anybody. But because if you go watch the first 5 minutes and she fucking dies, that's number one that pisses you off. Number two is when you have her twin sister, which you don't know she's a twin yet, but it ain't long till you figure it out.
That's why I came here about a murder mystery, and I was like, well, it don't seem like a much, unless there's another mystery.
And they're out in space trying to fix a ship on the outside while it's flying, and something explodes, and there's a fire.
Yeah, there's a fire in space.
Billowing
That's the first
fire.
thing I feel mad about. Yeah.
That's when I'm like,
John Campea said,
do you ever want me to take this fucking show seriously?
I saw that too, and I saw it. But John Campea said, there's sound in space. You don't get mad about that.
You know what?
But my point is, I think the sound in space is soundtrack. They don't interact with the sound. It's kind of like music, but that fire just was going. You can see it blowing in the wind.
Exactly. There's like oxygen feeding the fire. There's no fucking oxygen in space.
I can suspend my mind. There's some kind of something that like sound.
Yeah.
But you're just asking too much with the.
As much as I hate to like delve into the prequel trilogy, but that's the one time you saw a ship blow up and people floating in space because they reacted to it like you would in our space, and you can't say it's a different space. But yeah, there's a fire, and I'm like, which leads you slightly in my next new annoyance is she got her personal droid out to put out the fire because everybody got to have a pocket droid now.
And I was like, everybody's got that, like that. Leia girl had her own droid.
Yeah.
Ezra got his own droid.
I mean, they might as well just have the thing like coming soon from Hasbro. You know,
I'm sure they do.
Get your own friggin' pocket droid in it.
And Data Dude said Campbell wasn't wrong though, but again, no one interacts with the sound. No one says they hear the sound. No one. It's like a musical when you hear the music and people's dancing.
Right.
When people dancing don't hear the music. That's how sound is.
Nobody turns around. Nobody's like flying in with their radio on. Everybody's like, "Where's that coming from?"
Yeah. Sound is for us. That fire wasn't for us.
That fire's bullshit. Yeah, that fire. And more to the point, this is going to be my overarching theme of what I dislike about these shows is small things that pull you out of being able to let yourself get into the story. Like, you're enjoying the issue, you want to see what happens, and then there's a fire. You're like, well, there can't be a fire in space. I
could overlook that if it's a really good story. And I'm invested in the character.
Exactly. But when it keeps happening over and over and over.
Yeah, because that's the more fire issues, I think.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about, I think might be episode 2. There's really a Jedi that floats in air and hadn't talked in 10 years.
Yeah, and no. Not only that, floats in air, hasn't talked in 10 years.
Did he take a bath? Has he got his hair in it?
No, it doesn't. Well, his hair's curly. It doesn't look like he's got it's not down to his
receding hairline.
It's not down to his ass or anything like that. But
so he looks like he does take a break and take a bath and everything right now.
I don't know. You never see it. It's like insisted that he doesn't really. Every time they come in his room, he's right there. He looks like that. So I don't know if everybody sees him or what. But not only that, nothing can harm him while he's in his transcendental state.
I saw her. She was like pantomime. She was like beating up a pantomime guy.
She was trying. No, she was like.
She
tries to.
It's like a glass wall there. She was like.
Oh yeah. She tries to attack him or whatever, and it's like she can't make no contact or anything. It's like you got the mind force field around him. Yeah.
So now, going forward, every Jedi should just do that when they're in combat. Put that glass wall in front of them.
So you know how she ends up killing him? She makes him feel guilty.
Yeah, I saw she made some poison and he drank it, but I didn't see her talk him into it or nothing. She was like, "Here, drink this." Okay.
She went up to him instead of attacking his force bubble or whatever. He puts it down and she goes, "I know you've been torturing yourself about this, and I just want to." I don't know if she said "I forgive you" or anything like that, but she just you can be at peace if you want to. And so, and then the guy all of a sudden just comes out of his transcendental state and drinks the poison, and I'm like,
it sounds so. It sounds. The writing just sounds so horrible. Nobody. There's no script supervisor.
I don't know. And the poor dude from Squid Game is trying his best, but
yeah, everybody's talking about how good he's doing.
There's a couple scenes. Well, he was really decent in episode 3. He was really good. It's his best, but the first 2 episodes there are scenes where you can just tell he's having a hard time with the language, which leads me back to going, why don't you just. You have subtitles for certain aliens. Why don't you let him speak his native language and let him be an alien species?
I couldn't figure it out because sometimes I couldn't understand him on the clips I saw.
Maybe let him just talk every once in a while and he speaks in his native language, which I think is Korean. I think he's Korean. And just subtitle at the bottom. Same thing when they brought back the damn Nemoidians. I'm like, they brought back the damn Nemoidians, and I'm like, why in the hell would you bring these guys back?
They got rid of their offensive accent.
No, they didn't. They're still there. It's just not as bad.
Oh, okay. They try to.
They still talk like this. Oh, it's just crazy. We kind of let the Jedi in here.
Hey, and why do they bring about the worst aliens of the prequel?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, all that could be fixed. You could go back and fix the prequels and everything. Just take those voices out, put in a weird sound, and subtitle that shit.
Yeah, somebody re-edited The Phantom Menace.
It would be great.
And did that. They did that. They put aliens in.
Oh no, the Jedi are here.
I can remember seeing Phantom Menace for the first time and rolling my eyes when they first talked. And I was like, what?
I know. I'm like, that memory, man. I'm just like,
I have it that
I'm
night,
like,
midnight.
I'm like, is this a joke? Is this supposed to be funny? I mean, because this sucks. But yeah.
Oh, we got a super chat from Jerry
Starchild.
It says Spice cream, which I was gonna get into. Spice is like cocaine in Star Wars, ain't it?
And this is what, I guess
It's a drug.
It's supposed to be a drug. Yeah, it's like,
That's like if I had marijuana cream,
which is one of the more direct things that Lucas lifted from Dune.
Yeah,
because it's kind of a drug, but it's more than a drug because apparently you can be on it for years and it doesn't hurt you like a drug would. It
ain't like death sticks.
No, exactly.
I had a cousin get hooked on death sticks.
Want to go home and rethink your life.
Oh, okay.
But this is the one. This is another time I really went into this wanting to like this show, wanting to give it a chance, and it just kept failing me time after time. So another big fight they have in the first 2 episodes is when they find the assassin girl. They set up this trap for her, and they trap her, and 2.5 maybe people are like fighting her, and they get her, and they're like. They get her and they beat her, and then they defeat
beat her.
Okay. She stops fighting and has to listen to them, and then she gets away because she uses the Force. They're on dirt ground, so she uses the Force to bring all the dirt up in the air.
Ooh, smoke like a magician.
Like a magician. And this is able to fool the Jedi enough so she gets away.
Where'd she go? Where's she at?
She disappeared. Somebody call the droid because I don't know. Oh my god!
See why I'm not watching it? See why I rather watch reviews of people talking about it? Which I watched both sides of the review. Grace Randolph of getting her penis away, talking about how great it is.
And you're talking about the murder mystery kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm guessing that
during that time where you're talking about the dude that was they say he was like meditating or whatever. They couldn't get to. They get to that planet just behind her, and she's able to get there and give him the poison or whatever and make him take it right before they get there. And the other girl, her sister, had like gone off on her own trying to find her, and so she finds the body before the other Jedi do. So they show up just after that, and you're like, oh, they're gonna think that she killed him because they just showed up and she's the only one here. But then the other dude, the Jedi with the hair, I don't know, one of the other younger Jedis. They made a figure for him. I don't know his name.
Kind of like black
he
guy,
shows up and he's like, I've been following her the whole time. She wasn't the one that killed him.
She wasn't the one.
I'm like, so what was the point of any of that? I'm like,
I watched one review and they were like, the Jedi's couldn't figure out how she got in that room, and there's a big cylinder there with a big hole or anything.
It's like they wrote down as they were figuring stuff out, and they just kept it all in the script anyway. And they're like, oh, but what if he comes behind her and he's been following her the whole time, and he knows, he can see, he says she didn't kill him.
How did they link the good twin to the killings? I know a bartender recognized her.
Yeah.
But they say, who killed the Jedi? Some black girl with dreads in her hair.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, let's go to the other planet and rest. I mean, how did they know?
Well, I mean, I guess they got ways of searching images just like police do. So they're like, they see this girl and the other girl, this is my theory of why they could find her. The other girl, spoiler alert, ends up going to train to be a Jedi. She doesn't end up finishing. Yeah, but they would have all her information. So that's why they go looking for her first. They're like, this is so-and-so that washed out of the Jedi Academy. And I hadn't seen her in like forever. So, and at that point, they are unaware that this is okay.
This to a lie.
All right, this is the start of a new thread. Okay.
The Force is now a thread.
Oh yeah, we'll get there too. Okay, but this. Follow me on this. Okay.
I'll try.
Okay. When they first show up looking for this girl, they're like, we had somebody report somebody that looked like you, like killed somebody, and we just want to ask you a few questions, and And so she's like, I didn't do it. I was, this, and this, and all this. And so they finally decide. They finally, while they're questioning her, she's the Asian guy's former Padawan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So while they're talking, you get the sense of that she washed out, and he still feels bad about it. And you get this first throwback to this event that happened, which happens in the third episode, on her planet where her entire family was killed. So you're like, oh my God, this sounds horrible, And they said that she was the only one that lived. So they're like, they go really quick from she's the only one alive to, oh, your twin sister must have survived the horrible fire somehow without any kind of mark.
That's a big
on
leap. That's like a big leap.
Right.
It couldn't be like, oh, maybe some other black girl.
Right.
There must be only 2 black girls in the universe.
And when you go to this event later, it's like there's this whole thing that happens throughout the episode. The Jedi come in, they want to test the girls because they're force sensitive.
I gotta be. Yeah, that's gonna take a lot of discussion.
They're force sensitive. That's a whole other thing. I'm not even touching on that point right there.
Okay.
I'll touch on that separately because there is a whole thing. But they want to test the girls to see if they're Jedis. So her sister May says the mother coaches them, wants them to fail the test intentionally.
Yeah.
And May wants them to stay together with their mother and everybody. So she's trying to tell her sister, fail the test, so you can stay here and they won't try to take you. Well, Osha, I guess, Osha's her real name. She calls her Osha. Osha, you can tell, doesn't want to stay there. She wants to kind of be a Jedi for whatever reason. I don't know if she's heard tales of the Jedi.
Yeah, I was wondering how that's probably one of the things I wanted to know. She knows who the
I'm
Jedi
like, if
are.
I was a little kid and some random people came and wanted to take me away from my family, the last thing I would want to do is go with them.
But if your family was out there chanting a
minute,
and look like you're having orgasms.
Maybe you don't. Yeah, maybe
you're like, I don't care who they are. Get me out of here.
Maybe you're not down for the witch cult life. I don't know. Maybe that's her problem. I don't know.
You're like, get me though. Yeah.
But I'm like, maybe if you're in a Muslim family and you're like, oh, I've heard about this Jesus guy. I want to hear more about him.
Yeah, because they don't look
so
like
you
they
go
had
off
a TV.
with the Christians,
They don't look like they had a TV, and they don't look like the witches were teaching her about Jedi.
Exactly. So they test Osha, the one that that wants to kind of go.
Yeah.
And they could tell pretty fast that she's trying to get the answers wrong because the Asian guy's like, he's telling her she gets them right. And she's like, no, I didn't. That's so and so. And like, how do you know that? Were you coached to fail this test? I'm like, oh, you got her. Like, so they talk to her and they get her to like actually admit she wants to go and train to be a Jedi. So her sister gets angry with her. Then the mother is actually willing to let her go.
Okay.
At least as far as this episode is gone. I don't know whatever may come up later.
I saw the girl get mad. She says, how you gonna stop me? I'll kill you. I was
yeah.
like, good Lord.
Yeah. So later they got them. The girls in their room together. The one's supposed to be packing to go, and the other one's like they get in this fight with each other. And the kids, even when they were getting along before the Jedi ever entered the picture, the kids are fighting.
Yeah.
One's off going to a place she's not supposed to be. They've coached her not to go to. And the other one followed along. You're not supposed to be here. I'm going to tell Mom. I'm like, they always
very
fighting.
annoying.
I wouldn't. They were very annoying. They were good little actresses, but the characters were written very annoying.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do you want this girl to stay? She looks like she obviously annoys the piss out of you. And I'm like, but she just wants her to stay so bad.
Thing.
So yeah, they're in the room together, and she's like trying to pack or whatever, and she's saying she's going to go away. She probably won't see her again, and the other one's getting pissed at her. He's like, I can't believe you'd leave us. I can't believe you could just leave and never see me again and be okay with it. And she's like, well, how would you ever stop me or something? She's like, I'd kill you to stop me.
That's very extreme.
Well, he says that. At that point, I've been like, see you, peace, and I'm like, but no. So her sister goes on the outside of the room and locks the door.
Yeah.
And then gets this little fire thing because they got like torches hanging outside the thing, and starts a fire after she locks her in the room. So go ahead, tweet or trash, super chat for $2.
Right, and we need him back.
Yeah, we probably
Get you back from Twitter. Yeah.
There you go. So starts a fire. She starts this fire, this great event that like kills everybody supposedly. Mm-hmm. And you see the Jedi come in and they find the girl locked in her room and they get her and they're looking around and all the witches are dead when they get to the room they're in. Ooh. The other little girl's nowhere to be found, so they like take the one girl. And I'm like, did you even really look for the girl? It seems like you got out of there pretty fast. You grabbed the kid you wanted and you fucked off, and you just assumed everybody died. So I'd be, if I had this big plan to get even later, that would have been my first suspect. Maybe this little girl didn't die.
Yeah, that seemed like very.
So I'm like, geez. I'm like,
did she burn down the place? But it's made out of stones.
Oh, it's totally It's like in like a little mountain thing.
But who killed the witches? Or is that a mystery?
It's a mystery right now.
Either, it seems like they wanted to.
Either they self-sacrificed, or the girl killed them all accidentally, or they're pretending. I don't know. Because, like I said, the Jedi, did not stand around taking pulses.
Well, the guy that killed himself was floating in the air. Killed himself. He's apparently upset because they did something, right? Something horrible.
I did not see them do anything horrible.
I'm just saying, it sounds like that's a good reason for him to.
Well, they're saying it's insinuated that the Jedi feel bad because they feel if they wouldn't have come in and forced them to let them take the test and everything, that none of this would have happened. And they wouldn't be leaving with the one little girl and everybody dead. Which,
But if we find out the Jedi killed all the witches, I don't think the fans are going to handle that.
Okay, this is good. This leads as a good segue into my next point. I've learned from that third episode, which I actually did enjoy, because it had like some coherence of a story and seemed to be establishing some stuff.
I like there's some of the story I hear. I was like, this could be a good story, but I don't think they're executing it right.
Exactly. But it made me realize something that I didn't realize before as far as fandom goes.
Yeah.
The Jedi come into this episode, and I personally saw them as kind of an affront. I thought they were like, no, this is not right.
I don't think that's how they were.
And a lot of other people I talked to were like, no, the Jedi, you should be. I'm like, and this goes back to the prequels.
Yeah.
Because apparently I was one of, a few that didn't, apparently people were just okay with the Jedi all through the prequels. That was not me. I saw the Jedi as problematic and playing a big part into what happened to Anakin.
Well, I know they were arrogant. And they thought they couldn't be touched.
Right.
And there was they were overconfident.
Right.
Which is a theme that runs out through all the movies.
Right. And they were way too involved in government.
Yeah.
And doing all this.
Yeah, they weren't all perfect.
So I came through after the prequels. My opinion on the Jedi Order changed, because all you had from the first three was all the Jedi you knew were Luke, Obi-Wan, and Vader.
Yeah.
You knew nothing about the Clone Wars. Right. You knew nothing about the Order. So when you finally see the Order, even though God bless Yoda in his wisdom, but after I saw the Order, I'm like, this is these guys are like politicians. This isn't like on the up and up trustworthy. So when they came in there,
especially Revenge of the Sith, they're really starting to get kind of they got Anakin's spine on there. Yeah, they getting.
So when they come in there, like looking for, I know they always went like looking for children. We saw Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan go to Tatooine looking for Anakin, but they were a lot more chill about it.
I didn't think they took kids.
They didn't. Yeah, they go to wherever they find these kids or they sense these kids. Yeah. They go to their families. They don't take them by force. They don't take them by force. Okay, that's at least they haven't showed that. But they do insist that you let them test them. And then
it
insists that you let the child decide if they want to go.
Yeah, that seems very odd.
I'm like, when you were 10 years old, if a stranger came to your house and asked your parents, he said he wants to go and like teach me this stuff and wants me to go live with him, and I'll probably never be back again. But
he's gonna fly me around the galaxy.
And how many like parents are right? You're take my child and he's gonna have a better life because of it.
Well, what I saw from a clip is it seemed very creepy because that Squid Game Jedi guy was like, "Here, hold my lightsaber. Don't you like it? Don't you want to come with us? Don't you love the lightsaber?"
Well, no, the girl's curious. The girl touches the lightsaber.
But it seems more like, and she's like, "Don't you like candy? I got a whole bunch of candy over here."
Exactly. Like
she's got that feeling.
She touches his lightsaber and she says, "If I join, do I get one of these?" And then he says. He takes it off and he lets her hold it.
Weapon.
And he's like, don't push it. And the first thing I ordered, I'd be like, don't push this button, okay? No, he doesn't. He just gives it to her and he says,
it just seems very
I said, do you
creepy.
like it? And he tells her a little bit about it, but he doesn't say, we all get one. Oh, that was scary.
Yeah, weird.
So he's not forceful about it, but he is.
But it seems more like grooming.
Yeah, it is very grooming is a very strong word for it. Yeah, so they go away after they test her, and she decides she wants to go. They go away for a little bit so the family can like talk and prepare for her to like leave because if for nothing else to get them out of there, the mother or whatever says if she wants to go, she can go.
Yeah, I was confused,
which is kind of fucked up. But
because the Jedi got there and they were like, "You have no, we're not part of the Republic. You got no say over here."
Right.
And then she's like, "Okay, but you mind we test them anyway?" And
yeah.
Why didn't you just say no?
Because they've got.
Or she know they're gonna.
There are two primary kind of mothers.
Okay.
And I don't know. Okay, one the African American woman is like the leader.
Yeah.
Because she's the one that claims the girls and everything. But the one that's I can't think of the name of his race, but it's Darth Maul's race.
Darth Maul with his like peak Darth Maul.
But she's untouched. She's like she didn't have the red ink like he had. You know, she just got like regular the black tats around her face. Yeah. But she's the one that actually carried and birthed the children apparently.
Yeah. And the other one
made it. She said she uses the words made them.
Yeah, made them.
She like got around the other one's belly, like doing some shit with her. And
I love to see that.
I'm not generalizing because she does this in the show during this whole. They had this whole ascension ceremony before the Jedi ever come or whatever, where the girls are supposed to be like grown enough to join the order, the witches.
Is that the one of Minnie song?
Yeah, and that's why one of them has the little spiral on her head and one of them doesn't.
I couldn't figure that out
because one of them wanted to be in the order, and she went ahead, and then the Jedi come in and interrupt.
But it's like none of the other witches had that thing on their face.
Well, the mother does.
I mean, none of the other witches.
Well, it's like I don't know, some kind of. They didn't specify it. They didn't go in
Mom too
exactly
didn't have it.
No. They didn't go into exactly what the ascendance they're doing is, or what they were being ascended to. So I don't know if that has something to do with it, or if it's like I don't know if it's like a royalty thing, like because she's the daughter of the queen, she'll be the next queen.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But yeah, the only one of them gets the mark. And the mother, like, is the one making the decisions, even though the other one birthed them. And she's the one that's always like, you can't come in here, you have no jurisdiction. And the other one's all, let her, decide for herself. If she don't want to be here,
let her eat your own make her own decision.
Exactly.
But then they were forcing her to do the witchcraft thing, right?
Right, exactly. It's a double standard. And throughout the whole thing, you're like, it's the same thing as like.
It sounds very confusing.
Muslims and Jews, or Muslims and Christians, and or Buddhists and Christians. I mean, it's people working or worshiping like a single force. They call it the thread. Yeah, other people call it. They're like other people call it a force. It's the force.
May the thread be with you.
Right, exactly. I'm like, it's the thread. Do you choose to unravel the thread? Then you can do. I'm like, that's your choice. Mother number one says she's all about choice. I don't know if she is or not.
Not when you're 9.
No, I know. And actually, I don't know how much of this will play into the end.
I thought they only took babies, but maybe that's later because of this.
I thought about that too, because there was like. When they were testing Anakin, they were saying he was a little old to begin the training, and these girls aren't much younger than Anakin was.
So maybe just change their rules.
I don't know,
but it seemed like you wouldn't. If you did it all the time and one messed up, you wouldn't
change
your rules.
But it seemed like in that situation it'd be worse if they came and your baby was like floating around stuff, and the Jedi came in and go, "We'll take your baby." They're force sensitive, so we'll take her with us.
I guess they go to the poor.
He does the whole blood sample on them like Qui-Gon did with the midichlorians. They never really say how that result came out, But yeah, the other woman at some point during the ascension ceremony, she does this thing with her hands, and this blue light comes out.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So she insinuated that she did this blue light thing around the other woman's stomach and created the girls.
Created life.
Yeah, she created life from
Anakin's not special
the thread
anymore.
or the force. Yeah, so people can say Anakin's not. Yeah, I don't get that either. I mean, there's a thing in prophecies where especially in Dune, going back to Dune, where they're saying like he's a chosen one, and they were like, oh, people have claimed to be the chosen one before, and they weren't, and they had this, that, and the other. And same thing with Jesus,
Sure, yeah.
There were people that claimed to be a Messiah, and they had this happen and this happened, but this didn't happen. And you just like, if you're the true Messiah, all of these things have got to line up. So I mean,
they should have touched the birth of the Unless they skewed a little different.
I wasn't too happy. I mean, I'm still gonna see where it goes. I'm not swearing off watching the show anymore, but But yeah, that's another just a messed up.
And
thing.
I don't mind. I know people get mad at the thread and everything. I can kind of see where they see the Force different than these groups.
Exactly.
I got that.
It's the same way. In this world, we've got Jews, Christian, Muslims, and Buddhists who a lot of us fundamentally believe the same things.
Yeah, I don't
Not all of the same things. Everybody's Jesus is different, and there's.
That's why when I watch the reviews, I think somebody like who killed the Jedi, what happened to them. There's a lot of stuff there. It sounds like a good story, but then I start seeing the acting, the writing, and the way it's executed, and I'm just like, I just can't get into this.
Even the part where the Jedi come and are wanting to train your child or whatever is interesting because you've got them coming into a family environment and you're wanting to take that child away from their family, but the child's willing, but the child's also 10, and I'm like, it's like around 10, I think is what she is, 10 or 11, something like that. But I'm like, a child's not supposed to be making that decision. I don't care if they are Force sensitive. And the Jedi show up. They don't show up all cool like Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. There's like 5 of them, and they're all armed. And I'm like, they don't come in shooting, but they come in like a gang and be like...
I mean, they're more like cops on this show.
Right. They're like, we want to come to see if your child might want to join the Intergalactic Police Force. We thought they may have an aptitude for it, and they're like, I want my kid. Or if like the Army, if the Army their recruitment policy was to come around to everybody's house, we may think Billy may make a good troop in the Army. Can we take him? And I'm like, you probably won't see him again, but he'll be serving this country, and I'll be like, how many people are going to go? Yeah, sure, take my kid.
Yeah, they probably go to poor areas.
That's exactly what they come off like. I'm like, and especially Carrie Ann Moss's character that gets killed in the first episode, she's with them, and she's very, you will let us trade the or test the children or whatever like that, and then I really got to learn their names. Squid Games is more like no, let's chill a little bit. Let's just talk to the girls. We're not here busting in trying to take their kids, So, and the other ones are just like hands on their lightsaber going, I don't know who to follow, but I'm going to be ready to go whatever shit goes down. Because there's a bunch of these witches here, and they don't like us, so there's tension.
I'll be like leaving. I just been like this.
Except for the Wookiee Jedi, who's generally pretty cool.
Is he good? Because I
love
hate the look of
I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but
no, it's the guy that plays
I know it's the guy who plays it. I'm talking about them as a character. Is a guy or a girl. Because but I'll tell you this, he's got like a.
I hate his bald head.
He's got he's got the ponytail, and then you can see the scalp, which I've never seen a Wookiee scalp, and it's gross. I'm not here for it.
I can't stand it.
Put the hair back down. Yeah, no, I don't want to see the Wookiee bald head. No, thank you, Chewbacca, for never wearing a ponytail. I appreciate that.
Man,
but. So you got this whole dichotomy. That was the interesting part to me, was this whole thing about the Jedi coming in there, and I couldn't believe some people were still like, "Oh no, they're the Jedi. They're not getting nothing. They're not getting anything bad happen to them." I'm like, "Well, they're just like blindly following the Jedi."
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, the Jedi. If you did not realize that this is the prequels, the Jedi are problematic. And I'm like, I couldn't believe that it never occurred to me that people didn't see it that way. Some people didn't. There's a lot of people out there that the Jedi can do no wrong.
Even Luke says in Last Jedi that the Jedi lost their way.
Right.
Yeah. But I didn't think like 100 years before the Phantom Menace they were snatching kids.
Well, I feel like the people that are watching this are a lot like Luke. They wanted to become this thing of honor that they were taught by one guy, and then the more they learn about the history, the more they're like, "Fuck, we used to be Nazis." Well,
and I got
holy shit. And
if they turn it where the Jedi's kill those witches,
I don't know. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think if it is. I don't think I think. I'm just going to call him Squid Games. I think Squid Game's character legitimately has no idea.
Yeah, it might have been one of them went rogue.
If like one or two of them, I'm thinking Carrie Ann Moss's character did have like something to do with.
And that guy killed himself.
I don't know if she went and killed a whole bunch of witches while nobody was looking or what. And the other dude that drank the poison helped her and felt bad about it, and that's why he ain't talked to nobody all that time and killed himself. Which there's a kid from Game of Thrones, so I'm like. But I mean, but it gave me the episode 3 at least gave me a lot to think about, and it made me realize that a lot of Star Wars fans blindly follow the Jedi, which is something I wasn't aware of, and I thought that was cool. That was cool to learn. But I'm like, it was an episode that gave you a lot to discuss. Where there's the first 2 episodes, they just tried to have a couple of really cool kung fu lightsaber scenes and kill a bunch of people.
That's what I don't understand about this Disney TV show stuff, because I watched The Boys. I watched the first one of the new season.
Yeah.
I was like, why can't it's a story.
That first episode is great too.
Yeah,
I mean, it comes out of the box just
I was like, why can't they just?
I'm like,
it's like they think,
jeez,
Star Wars has to be for the whole family, so we can't go.
And they're kind of doing a similar thing, you know. The Jedi, but not the Jedi and the witches or whatever are not, you know, obviously they're not like Republican Democrat kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's more like Jewish, you know, and Christian or Muslim and Christian. The boys is kind of like the Trump and Biden, you know, the whole Democratic thing, you know. Which is hilarious because I don't think Trump could ever be Homelander on his best day, but you know. I don't think he's that evil either on both fronts. So, but I don't want to get off. I don't want to talk
who's
about the boys,
Zipper Face Kylo Ren?
I don't know. It could be Carrie-Ann Moss's character.
I'm leaning to that.
To
that. I don't know who he is, but they call him the guy that played Flash. They say he looks like the guy that played Flash.
The guy that played Flash, the Flash Gordon?
No, the Flash on the DC movie.
Ezra Miller?
Yeah, he looks like Ezra Miller. You know, he worked in a drugstore, and he gave the girl the poison to kill the monk.
That's not the dude. That's her friend. That's not the... He's not her... He even, like, refers to her...
He seems like the most, from just seeing reviews, he's the most unlikely character to be Zipperface.
I just don't see it.
I was like, I mean, maybe I hadn't seen the show.
No, I'm not asking
mystery,
if it's.
I go to the least one you expect, but I don't know what his story was.
I mean, he could be. I mean, he's a candidate, but I don't think it's likely for him to be, unless he's just really playing.
Unless it's not a mystery at all, it's just some bad guy.
Did you ever watch the Good Place?
No.
Okay, well, he was on that, so he's been in a couple things.
Someone theorized it was the mom, one of the witch moms.
And, you know, it could be. I mean, maybe, but...
They don't seem very Sith-like.
But again, I think you're going to come out at the end of this. I don't think anybody by the end of this is going to say the word Sith.
No,
I think it's going to be lapsed Jedi or dark Jedi.
I hate when they play around. They do that.
Or something like that. I don't think you're not going to have the rule of two, and it's not going to be the Sith.
Well, they are. I heard people say there's no Sith at that time period. But
right.
They are, but they're hidden, right?
No, they're supposedly extinct for like hundreds of years by this point.
But Palpatine had his.
I thought
Palpatine had his guy.
Yeah, somebody at some point.
And that guy
started it up again. Yeah. But they.
So I thought they were just in hiding.
They make it sound like this isn't going to be a Sith thing.
Yeah, that's that loophole they try to use again. Ahsoka, not a Jedi. Sorry, if you do all the Jedi stuff, you're a Jedi.
Yeah. And plus, I feel like if it were a Sith, that you would have heard about something to do with some of the characters in the show beforehand.
Is it Plagueis?
Let's go back to that dude Vince in chat said he asked Campia if he thinks it could be Plagueis, and he said maybe.
No.
If it is Plagueis, I'm going to be really disappointed. Because so far, this original dude is not really blowing my skirt up about anything. Because that was a minor criticism. There's like this whole trial he's putting her through. And one of them is you have to kill the Jedi without using weapons. But she uses weapons.
I saw that. It's like, lightsabers and knives don't kill Jedis.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess you're just saying you can't use a Jedi or something like that. But
wait a minute, does that mean it's the Matrix lady? Because she's.
That's my biggest theory right now.
Because it's like, she's right. Doesn't kill Jedi because here I am.
Right, exactly. I'm theorizing that, but she may be the one in charge. She sensed at the same time she was a higher. It kind of the episode 3 kind of makes you see that her and Squid Game's guy are about the same in rank. They're both masters, but he's a younger master than she is. So it could be that she senses also that these two are special, and she finds a way that she can take the other one and train her in the way she wants to. So maybe. That's my theory right now, is that it's her. But I could be totally wrong. But if it ends up being that and I figure it out by episode 3, then that's still not good.
Well, I put it on Twitter after episode 2 and I didn't even watch the show.
Yeah.
I heard she died and I said, well, I guess that means that's the Kylo Ren with the zipper mask.
Yeah, exactly. Because why would you bring in such a high, level actress and known and notable and kill her in 5 minutes and never have her on the show again? But
Man.
But killing them without weapons. But then she uses knives or whatever, those throwing knives or whatever, to kill her. And I'm like, that's a fucking weapon. It ain't for spreading butter on toast.
That's why it just makes for defender. I'll be like, yeah, I told you it doesn't kill us. Here I am.
Yeah, and then the other one, okay, she makes him drink poison. I'm like, okay, so technically, yeah, she didn't. He killed himself. So I'm like, but then she got to go like hunting the Wookiee Jedi. And I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna kill a Wookiee Jedi? You gonna use the Force to make a tree fall on her head or on their head? I don't know what it is. So, but I'm like, they're trying to walk too much in shadow with the story. You got to let us know some things.
Oh, the mystery box they do.
I'm like, I'm just like, establish some stuff. Okay, you put out there she's supposed to be killing these people without weapons. Yet the first person she kills with a throwing knife. To me, that's a weapon. I mean, it's not like it was a knife on the table that she was using to eat her food. It was a fucking assassin knife that she had up her sleeve to throw and kill somebody. So, and it was a bitch way to kill her, too.
No, it seems stupid.
Because she, threw it at an innocent person, and knowing the Jedi would protect the innocent person, and then she threw it at the Jedi, knowing, oh, this person's so strong in the Force, but they can't possibly stop two knives at once. Good Lord. I've seen, you've had, stuff where... games where a Jedi pulls a Star Destroyer out of the sky. You've had comics and stuff where Luke Kylo Ren stops everybody's blasters from going in midair and all this kind of stuff. But if you're protecting a knife from going at some dude, you can't possibly stop one coming at you.
You just got to move it a little bit, though. You don't even have to stop it. You just have to nudge it.
And in the same episode, you got a Jedi who's created this invincible bubble around himself. But you can't put a force shield in front of you where it would bounce off. I'm like,
that's why I saw Squid Game's guy holding that girl where she was about to fall off the bridge or something. And I was like, well, if he just pull over the force.
Oh yeah, no, that's there was one of them. They fall and
that's the problem when you use the force.
He tries to get the one, but he can't get to her.
Okay.
And she falls, so that's why he thinks she died because she fell. But but I'm like, he should have been able to get to both of them.
Well, even the girl, he was holding her hand though, and he was having a hard time pulling her up.
Yeah,
I was like, well, just use the force to pull her up.
That's what when you're delving into stuff with the Force, and you're like,
they do it too much.
You're he can do this, but he can't do this. Well, why? Well, that's just good. No, you got to explain it now because you built off of a principle somebody already set up and didn't question. So now, if you want to use your thing, you got to be able to explain it away. You can't just expect people to accept it at face value.
Yeah, and I don't like the way the witches do the force push.
Oh yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's a different way.
That's nitpicking.
And much like religion, you don't know if it actually comes from a genuine place where somebody said, "Hey, let's do this like this," or if somebody was just like, "Well, we can't do it just like the Christians. Let's do it the other way."
Gotta make our own way.
Well, they're gonna say we're copying them, and that ain't cool. We don't we're copying the Christians. I don't know.
So overall, between 1 and 10. Where you put the series so far?
Oh God, the first two episodes were.
It's about 16% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, first two episodes were 2s. This last episode,
and everybody I know hates the third one the most.
No, see, with this, I feel the third episode I think was more of a 6.
No,
6, 7-ish, because it gave me something to think about. It made me question a few things.
Yeah, it seemed like it put a little bit more mystery and stuff in it. So.
And that's cool. They progressed the story along. It gave me some background, thank God. Much needed background. But, of course, that doesn't tell you everything. There's still a bunch of new mystery stuff that they brought up. But and this is I'm coming into my final kind of points here of my argument that when people drop shows, this is not a weekly engagement show. Nobody's going to come home for well, I'm going to tell you this. When you release...
Should be.
Hang on. Talk for a second.
Oh, it should be. Well, let's see. We'll see. Nobody dies from falling in Star Wars. That's Han Solo.
Mace Windu.
Yes, I hope they keep him dead, please.
But, he's going to be zipper face. It's going to be a young Mace Windu with an afro.
Yeah.
When you decide to release a show like this week to week, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get people bitching and moaning, no matter how it comes out at the end. Because
if
you let people sit on the bad too long.
Well, if it was good and it was about an hour long, I think it'd be okay.
No, because if it's good by the end, then it's still, you're going to have those negative feelings that you had with the third episode or the second episode where God, it sucked to this point and I didn't know where it was going. But if you drop the whole thing like this and it plays out like a movie, then you can see where it went pretty quick. And then you're going to get, I'm going to say they're going to get less flack if they would release the whole thing at once.
Yeah, but if it's good, if it's really good, then you got a whole buzz for a week of everybody excited talking about it, can't wait.
But they have not done a show yet.
They have
not done a show yet. Even The Mandalorian, even the best of them, where I've been like, oh, I can't wait. Let's talk about what's going to happen next week. What do you think's going to happen this week? As much as I love The Mandalorian, I haven't had a time where I can't wait to see what happens next week on The Mandalorian.
They don't make each episode a story.
They do it like movies. They do it. They want to make Star Wars movies.
It's like they make a 2-hour show and they chop it up 30 minutes. And
they make a Star Wars movie and then they release you part of the movie every week. Yeah. And you can't drop a show like that.
No, that's what I was saying on my video. I talked about like Breaking Bad's one story.
Right.
But each episode's a story.
Yeah, there's something going on.
They don't do that in the Star Wars
This is just a slow progression. It's like, oh my God, get on with this. Yeah. I need to see where it's going because it's pissing me off.
And why are they only 30 minutes? I guess it's good if it ain't. But they should do 10-hour episodes.
It's only 30 minutes because they give these people a Star Wars movie. They write a movie and they cut it up. Yeah, they say make a really long, Star Wars movie. You don't have to cut a lot out of it to get it under 2 hours because you're going to release it as a show.
Yeah.
But, and then they release it, one episode at a time, and I'm like, it doesn't work the same as a show made for TV, like Breaking Bad, or, a sitcom or something like that. It's meant to be written week to week.
Or even like The Boys. I feel like I got one episode.
Right.
I felt like it was an episode.
Right.
But Star Wars, it feels like by the time you get into it, it's over.
When you write TV the right way, you write, 10 to 20 hours of material, and you learn to hit stopping points and cliffhangers where things happen and people aren't going to leave dissatisfied. There's a difference between leaving people hanging and then just pissing people off and giving them a week to stew on it.
Yeah.
This show would have benefited, I'm going to say, even though all of them hadn't come out, and I'd like to revisit it after it's all over, but I'm going to go ahead and say this show would have benefited from dropping all the episodes at once.
Yeah, or
Ahsoka was like that.
If you want to do a movie, do a movie.
Yeah.
Or do a 2-hour Disney Plus
right
movie.
Which leads me into one of my biggest complaints.
Uh-oh.
And I promise I'm about to get off the complaint wagon here. If you are going to force advertising into your streaming platform,
going to force you not to pay the ad price.
Right. And I didn't choose. I didn't say, hey, I want to pay this price and I don't mind having ads. I was not given a choice. They just inserted ads into the plan I was on. I had previously watched and signed up. It did not have ads, and then they just all of a sudden decided your plan has got ads. And if you don't want ads, you got to pay.
Well, you got
more.
Like 2 ads during the show.
It's something like there's during the course of the show, there's 4 breaks.
Oh my God.
And there are a couple of
They're
commercials
just in the middle of nowhere.
This is what I'm like. Now if you go on Hulu and you watch a show, the breaks are built in, and Hulu is merged with Disney Plus now.
Yeah.
But this is one of the craziest things too. You watch a show on Hulu, and it's got a break, and it hits a break at a normal time at the end of a scene. The way that it's doing it on Disney Plus, it gets to the end of a scene, which oftentimes is a pivotal scene where you've just watched a lot of Star Wars drama unfolding. You're in it, and you're feeling it. And then it plays 1 to 2 seconds of the next scene, and then all of a sudden blinks out to a commercial. So let's take episode 3 for example. You've got this dramatic scene where this witch's home is on fire. Squid Game's Jedi guy saves the little girl, gets her on the ship, and they take off, getting away from this fire, and it's all emotional and everything. And it starts going into the next scene, and then it's Applebee's half-price late night appetizers. Come to Applebee's and get your half-price cheese sticks. And it totally yanks you out of the whole thing. It's like somebody taking a cold glass of water and throwing it in your face in the middle of the night.
They want you there. They're forcing you.
And be like, wake up, bitch!
They want to fish you off so you'll pay more.
I'm like, it is not meant for this. It's so... The fact that it doesn't line up with the end of a scene, it's horrible.
Yeah,
it's obviously somebody just used a machine to throw ads in there. Like YouTube, just time. Even YouTube does a better job of deciding when ads go on. It can come. You can say YouTube put the break here, and it'll do it. It doesn't go not halfway, but into another scene before it yanks you out, and then gives you some of the most. Do you have a clogged toilet? I'm like, God, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, Hulu does ads better than Disney Plus does, and they're the same thing now. So why don't you just incorporate that technology?
It sounds horrible.
I know I'm ranting here. I know I'm ranting like the Dickens here, but I just it's ridiculous. And there's so many bad things, and there's stuff that's bad from a writing standpoint. There's stuff that's bad from just choices.
It's just the dialogue I see in the clips is bad. Sometimes I was like, God, I get cringes watching.
And then there's stuff that's bad, like putting ads in a thing that shouldn't have ads, or show me 5 minutes worth of commercials at the beginning of the episode, and then let me watch the episode. Don't put it into the middle of somebody's Star Wars movie.
You're gonna get up and walk off.
You imagine the first time you saw Star Wars, it came out on Disney Plus, and you were like,
just threw it on.
You had to sit there and watch ads in the middle of it. I'm like, it's ridiculous, and it all just hurts the show.
Hulu, when they had Always Sunny on, they would do that, and they would start talking. There would be a pause where you commercial would be, and you start going into the next dialogue, and they commercial, and then it's like just mess it up.
And I don't think any of them are more than 2 minutes. Most of the time, they're a minute and something. But still, it's yanking you out of it, and then you want me to get back into it. Because if I'm not going to watch your damn commercial, you can run ads. I'm going to get on my phone or my iPad, and.
I was watching a review and I thought of you because the guy was telling what was happening. He was like, and then they went on board the ship. And then Jake started selling me something from State Farm. Oh, it's another ad. And I thought of you.
Exactly. It's like I almost wish they would do that. I almost wish they're walking through the town, where there's like these markets, and they walk up to this dude and it's Jake from State Farm. I can save you 10% on your insurance. And I'm like,
like the old days when they had ads in the show.
Like the Grand Ole Opry, and it's like, this segment's brought to you by Ma's Fine Lemonade or Rudy's Farm Sausage. Or
he walked by a goodie stand on that too.
Right. But it's ridiculous.
That's why I don't understand about this show. It says $180 million budget.
Oh my God.
And I don't know how they make their money.
And I'm like,
I don't understand how the whole system works.
How do you give 100? If Steven Spielberg came in there and said, I want to make a Star Wars show, you would give him all the money in the world.
Yeah.
The girl that's doing this show had that show,
Russian Doll
on Netflix. And it was a good show, but it was not a show that made me go, let's give this girl $180 million in Star Wars and see what she can do with it.
No, because Obi-Wan had a lesser budget.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. I'm like, my gosh. And the writing's really not.
I know how a movie makes their money, but I don't see how they throw this up on. They're not going to get that many subscribers. They know they're not going to get that many new subscribers. So I don't know how they have all these shows and make a profit.
And I hate criticizing the writing when I haven't seen the final product of the whole thing.
You can criticize dialogue.
But when you have a fire break out in space, how do I not criticize the writing? Well, they had explosions. That's temporary, quick burst of flame. That's not a steady going fire.
There's oxygen inside the ship, so when it blows up, or the Death Star blows up, it goes away really fast.
Oh, God. Sit here and have an
aneurysm. It blows in the wind. That fire was blowing in the wind.
I'm like, what in the hell? It took me right out of it. I'm like, this is bullshit. Next Muppets are going to come out. I'm like, what the fuck?
They could at least call it something else. So like, there's a protein bucket leak in it. Looks like fire.
Oh, God. That feeds the flame. Something.
That's what bothered me about the witches. I was like, that's so Earth name. Why can't they just call them something else?
And this is the thing that pisses me off, is they thought about things because they thought about the fact that the only time you saw anything working on the outside of a ship was the R2 units in Attack of the Clones, was it?
Yeah. Or Revenge of the Sith.
Or was it Phantom Menace? I think it was Attack of the Clones.
Revenge of the Sith at the beginning of there.
So. What's the Revenge of the Sith?
Well, the Phantom Menace, you see it too.
Okay. Well, anyway, but they make a point to say in the show, I thought only R2 units worked on.
Oh, R2, yeah.
Or well, on the outside of the ship while it was going, and they're like, so they thought to explain that away, but they didn't think, let's have a fire in open space and nobody's going to have a problem with it.
And nobody on the set, nobody.
I mean, the actors sitting there going, isn't there no oxygen in space? I mean, they're wearing masks. They're wearing things where they're clearly getting oxygen.
And if it had been established before in Star Wars, hey, let it go.
Exactly.
You can't go 18 things in and then say, oh, okay, here's something new.
No, you cannot.
Oh, Data Dude says it's plasma burning. Does plasma shift with the wind?
And it does not burn like that. And people have put, believe me, because people have put examples in videos. This is what a fire would look like in space. Because it
was
would be
crackling like
it was
like,
yeah. It's not. It was like it was all just blue flame, and it wasn't like So it's not long plumes of fire coming up, you know. And
was there smoke?
It's not like you'd be roasting marshmallows while your engine's burning out.
Couldn't they just put the fire somewhere else?
I agree.
Because I know she has supposed to look at it and it's supposed to remember.
The fire, but still, let a fire happen on the inside where there's oxygen.
Yeah, she could have been looking in the window.
Yeah, they're mechanics. They can repair the outside and the inside.
That sounds as stupid. That sounds as stupid as Princess Leia flying through space.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I saw many people say the holiday special is no longer the worst Star Wars thing ever produced. And I'm just like, it's hard to argue with.
I get people saying, "Oh, the people that hate it just are gonna hate it anyway." And there is a lot of that.
It's not that. I really tried to go in liking this.
There are some people I know that was gonna hate it no matter what.
Exactly.
But
I feel like I brought up points. I mean, there are things I really tried. I wanted to come in and
I watched the review.
I'm going to give you a specific reason why I did not like this or why it pulled me out.
I watched a review. A girl for an hour talked about how awful it was, and she never even seen Star Wars before. So that's bad when you get a young new person who's breaking it down like how horrible it is. Oh, the fire is Disney Star Wars dumpster fire. Yeah. Well, can you check the poll over there? Can you pull that poll? Let's see what the poll's there. The poll might be like...
Late night appetizers at Applebee's. Applebee's is where you want to go to get your late night appetizer.
Yeah, I'm
sorry, I didn't want to just yank you out of everything, you know.
Applebee's. I know the Applebee's commercial is loud, though.
I mean, it was like... It's like going from soft, you know, the great... The people that they hire to do the music, the score for Star Wars. Beautiful, melodic, you know... theme going and everything, and then all of a sudden it's I want to rock and roll all night, late night appetizers at Applebee's and party every day, and I'm just like
that's funny.
If you stabbed me with a hot poker, you could not have yanked me out of something more, just like with more shock. I was like, geez. Okay, let's see what we got.